The 2008 is a comfortable ride, but has some annoying blind spots and can float on bumpy surfaces. FK Tech here. The 2008 in the city. The 2008 has nice, light steering, but suffers from the traditional sluggish Peugeot manual transmission. At low speeds, the brakes have some grip, so you have to train your right foot to keep it smooth. Otherwise, you will give up steering. Tall, thick windshield pillars create annoying blind spots, and aren't helped by the large rearview mirror, which leaves only a narrow gap between the mirror and the top of the infotainment screen. One thing you can't fault is the 2008's comfort, which is perfect for a French car when it comes to soaking up bumps and lumps around town. From this point of view, it feels like a much bigger car. It's a feeling that's amplified by the fact that you're pretty and tall. On the highway, the impressive performance of 2008 continues on the highway. It's quiet, comfortable, and a lot of fun to run long distances. The little 1.2 engine also packs plenty of punch and does surprisingly well when overtaking. On a winding road, get off the freeway and onto twisty roads and you'll see a change for this suspension for 2008. It's very soft, floats a bit, and has very little body lean in the corners. It handles really well and feels capable, and the traction control kicks in to keep things from slipping out of your hands. That said, if you get hit hard in the middle of a turn, it will bounce and bounce a bit. Indeed, the 2008 does what a car like this should do. But if you want a big and small SUV that's really fun to drive, you should take a look at the Ford Puma. Spacious and practical, the 2008 model beats many of its main competitors in trunk space and can be quite tight for those in the back seat. The front of the 2008 cabin is noticeably wider, and the curved passenger dashboard means a bit more knee room on that side. For storage, there is a nice covered storage bin in front of the shifter. There could be an additional wireless phone charging area and another open storage area underneath. Empty space in the back seat. There are ISOFIX points on the two outer rear seats for child safety. There's also another set of points on the front passenger seat if you prefer, but there are a few downsides. First, the doors are quite narrow, which can make it difficult to get through large seats, and the ISOFIX mount is covered by a small zipped panel. These zippers are very fragile and can break with heavy use. But it is good that there is enough room for luggage in the spacious back seat. Back seat space is good for adults in terms of legroom and headroom, but when you try to fit 3 in the back seat, you find that the slope of the roofline touches the heads of the outboard occupants. From above, the rear window is also very shallow, so kids can't see out very well. Cargo space. Boot space in 2008 is very good at 434 liters. Fits large suitcases, small suitcases, and carry-on bags. Or, it fits easily in a large, collapsible stroller. No loading lip makes loading and unloading heavy items easy, and there's a height-adjustable boot floor if you need to pack. It also has a nice metal handle that moves the bottom of the leg. Good move, there are no contacts, cargo hooks or 12-volt outlets, so don't look for them. The rear bench folds in a 60-to-40 ratio and is almost flat. It reclines slightly, but in 2008 it surpassed the Ford Puma in seat space, 1,467 liters. However, the unfortunate thing is that the rear seat belts release easily when the rear seats are folded down and unfolded. With Skoda Kamiq this will not happen. Surprisingly, the boot lid retracts under the adjustable boot mat when not in use, which is much better than leaving it at home. Interior design, infotainment and accessories. It is scheduled for delivery in 2008 for those looking for a fun cabin. However, in some ways it feels more three-dimensional than substantial. In any case, the interior of the 2008 is much more interesting than the impressive exterior. Multi-layer dashboards are mostly made of very nice, soft-touch materials, although things get a little cheaper and scratchy the further down you go. Below the main touchscreen is a nice on-screen hotkey panel and hotkeys for actions like defrosting the windshield and turning on the hazard lights. Some parts feel a little cheaply built, but overall the 2008 sedan feels very expensive. One downside is the touch screen with older graphics, which can be a bit slow to respond to touches. The resolution of the reversing camera is also very low, which makes the world outside look like a Minecraft game. Volkswagen T-Cross's screen is amazing. You get 2 USB ports, one regular, one USB-C, on the front of all but the most basic models, and 2 more on the back. The digital instruments, which are again standard on all but the base model with analog dials, look very nice and high-tech, with a wide selection of screens to choose from. MPG, emissions and taxes. Very economical car, the 2008. We averaged 47 miles per hour and drove the 130 horsepower version of the 1.2-liter petrol engine. 100 horsepower fighting the weight of the car. The low-power version does not save fuel. The 155 brake horsepower version is a bit thirsty. Peugeot claims 46 miles per gallon is the top figure, so you're really looking at 40 miles per gallon. But it's only available on the top-spec GT Premium, so it's not worth considering anyway. The diesel easily achieves 55 miles per gallon, but it only works in terms of consumption if you do a lot of long journeys each week. CO2 emissions start at 113 g/km for the diesel model, but to be fair, the 1.2 petrol isn't far behind, producing 121 g/km for the 130 PS 6-speed manual version. But look for the 8-speed automatic. This adds 10 g/km to the figure, raising VED rates by 40 pounds in the first year. The 155 brake horsepower engine comes under the same 220-pound road tax, and you'll pay 180 pounds for one of the 1.2-liter variants with a manual gearbox, or the same for a modern Euro 6 and RDE2 diesel. Emission test. Passing these tests will help you avoid ULEZ fees, at least for now. If you fall into the corporate car tax category, you will only pay 103 pounds a month for a 100 brake horsepower 1.2 petrol, or from 120 pounds per month for the 130 brake horsepower version. A diesel engine will set you back 114 pounds a month, and a 155 brake horsepower engine will set you back 165 pounds a month.